Next is capital. Capital is the amount invested by the owner in the business. Whatever amount the owner invests in the business is capital. Owner is the person who has started the business. If he invests some amount, as for starting a business some amount must be invested, so whatever amount will be invested by the owner is the capital. Also, capital is a liability for the business, because if you see from the business perspective, the owner has invested money in the business and it is the responsibility of the business to pay back the money to the owner. The business needs to pay back the money to the owner once the business is shut down or once the business is closed. The business has to pay back such amount to the owner, so it is a liability for the business as we have to pay it in future. Next is expense. Expense means those things that we need to pay for running the business, like salary, wages, rent, electricity, postage, courier, refreshment, carriage, tax, maintenance expenses, general expenses, administration expenses, selling expenses. All these expenses, whatever we need to pay to run our business, so these are called expenses. Loss is different from expense. Loss is if I buy goods of rupees 10 and sell it at rupees 8, so rupees 2 is our loss. That is loss, but that is not expense. Expense is something that we need to pay for running our business, as if I don't pay salary, there will be no staff or no employee working for me. In that case, I cannot run my business. If I don't pay rent, I will not be getting place for my office or factory. I cannot run my business. So for running a business, we need to pay certain amounts. They are called expenses. They may be categorized under any head, and there may be various examples of expenses. As I have given you many examples, I am giving example for each item. Expenses examples are salary, rent, wages, electricity, postage, courier, carriage. These all are expenses. Loss also I have explained you. Whatever amount that we have earned during the year by selling the goods, and whatever expenses and all the purchases made, whatever amount of goods we have purchased and whatever amount of goods we have sold, if we match them at the end of the year, we will get the actual profit or loss. If the cost of goods were more than the selling price of goods, then we have suffered loss, and in the reverse case we will have the profit. Now next is profit, gain, income, revenue. So please note the difference between them very carefully, as these terms are quite similar but there is difference between them. Profit and gain are same. Always remember, profit and gain are same. Profit is the final result of the year. For example, if I give you a simple example here, suppose we have bought a goods at rupees 100 and we have sold it at 150. So the difference rupees 50 is not our profit, because we have bought the goods at rupees 100. We also might have paid some amount of carriage there for bringing the goods up to our place. Suppose we have paid a carriage of rupees 5 on that. Also, there are some laborers working under me. For that I have paid rupees 5 to the laborers. Also, for selling those goods, I have made some expenses. I have paid the carriage of the goods from my place to the customer's place. I have paid for the packing of the goods, rupees 10. I have also paid to the salesman. I have also paid for the packing and selling of the goods. So these all expenses of the year will come up to rupees 120, and I have sold the goods at rupees 150. Now rupees 150 minus rupees 120, rupees 30, this is my profit. Profit and gain are the same thing. Next is income. Income means those amount that we receive during the year, but which is not of our business. Suppose if my business is to purchase and sell rice, then whatever amount that I will get from selling of rice, after buying and selling of rice, the final end result will be our profit. But income is something that we earn beyond our business. Like if I receive commission If some company of rice is giving us some sort of commission, that if you sell 100 bags of rice, we'll be providing you 1% extra commission on that commission. Suppose I have 1 lakh rupees in my bank account, bank is providing me some sort of interest, for example at the rate of 5% or 6% per annum. That is my income. So interest, commission, discount. Suppose some creditors are present, we need to pay them rupees 5 lakh, but we have negotiated with them that we'll only be paying 4,50,000. So they have allowed us a discount of 50,000. That 50,000 is our income. So discount, commission, interest, rent. If we have let out some part of our factory, office or something, then we'll be receiving some sort of rent there. So such rent or commission or discount or interest, these are our incomes. These are not the things that are associated with our business, but we receive it in the course of business. So these are our income. Please differentiate between profit and income. Profit gain are same, but income is different. Income is something that is not associated with our business directly, but we receive it in the due course of business. Next is revenue. Revenue is just the amount that we get from selling the goods. Forget about the cost. For example, in this example what I have given you just now, we have bought the goods at rupees 100, sold at rupees 150. So 150 is our revenue. Even if we have bought the goods at rupees 200 and sold at rupees 150, then also what is profit, what is loss, that is different thing. But 150 is our revenue. Whatever amount of cash inflow we are getting, what is the inflow of cash by selling the goods? 150. So that is our revenue. Whatever cash we will get by selling the goods, whatever amount of money will come to us, that is our revenue. Revenue has nothing to do with profit or loss. Revenue is just the amount that we get by selling the goods. Next is purchase. Purchase means the purchase of goods in accounts. Please be careful. Whenever we buy something that we are dealing in, if suppose, as I have taken an example of rice dealer, if we are having a business of selling rice, then whenever we purchase rice for our business, then it will be termed as purchase. Whenever we purchase rice only, it will be termed as purchase, because I am a rice dealer or I have a business to sell rice. If I buy something else other than rice, whether personally or whether for my personal use or for the office use or for the use of the business, then also it will not be termed as purchase if it is not rice, because I only deal in rice. I am a rice seller, I only deal in rice. So apart from that, if I buy anything, that will not be termed as purchase, it will be termed as purchase of that thing. For example, if I need an office table, that will be used for my business only, but it will not be termed as purchase. It will be termed as purchase of table or purchase of furniture. If I buy a machine for my business, it will not be termed as purchase, it will be termed as purchase of machinery. Purchase can only be termed for the goods that we deal in. The goods that we sell can only be termed as purchase. Next is sale. Same thing, just the reverse of purchase. The goods that we sell or the goods that we deal in, whenever we sell those goods, it will be termed as sales. If we sell something else than the goods that we are dealing in, then it will be termed as sale of such material. For example, if we have subscribed for newspaper and for the past 1 month we have kept all the newspapers intact, and if we sell them all together, then it will not be termed as sale, it will be termed as sale of newspapers. Next is turnover. The total amount of sale of goods during the year together is called turnover. Whatever sales is made during 1 year, it is called turnover. Next is stock. The amount of goods on any day at our shop, godown or business, whatever, is called stock. For example, on any given date, for example, if we take today's date, that is 18th of June 2020, the amount of goods that is present with me in my business, in my shop, in my godown, in my factory, wherever, it will be termed as stock. So stock is just the amount of goods present on any day. Stock is also termed as inventory. You must see it carefully. Stock is also termed as inventory. Next is transaction. Transaction is an activity which includes receiving and paying of cash or money. Whenever we receive or pay money, that is a transaction. Like cash paid to X rupees 1000, that is a transaction. Event is something that happens, but we don't pay money for that. That is an event. So for example, loss occurred due to fire. That is an event, that is not a transaction. A fire broke out in our business or our shop or godown, and we have suffered loss for that. That is an event, not an transaction, not a transaction. Next is bad debts. Bad debts means, as I have told about debtors, debtors is something that debtors are those people, those who have sold goods on credit, or they will be paying us the amount in future. Those people are called debtors. And if they don't pay us the amount in future, that is called bad debts. Whenever we sell goods to someone on credit, we expect that they will pay back the amount to us in future, generally within a period of 1 year. But if they don't pay us, that is called bad debts. And doubtful debts, if we have sold goods to someone on credit and we are going to receive the amount from them in future, but we have a doubt on them, so it is called doubtful debts. Next is investment. If we put money from our business in some other business, or we have invested some money in some other company, in the shares of some other company, or we have kept the money in bank, that is called investment. Next is trade payables. Debtors and creditors are trade receivables and trade payables. Debtors are trade receivables, as we will get money from them in future, and creditors are trade payables. Similarly, bills payable and bills receivable. Bills payable, if I have given a written undertaking to someone that after a certain period of time I am going to pay a sum of money, a certain sum of money, and I have signed it on that paper, so it is bills payable. I have given a bill to them. Bill is not the bill of goods that we issue to someone while purchasing or selling the goods. Bill is a written undertaking that I am going to pay a certain amount to such a specified person after a period of 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 1 month, whatever. That is a bill payable. And also bill receivable, if someone has given us written undertaking that he or she is going to pay us some amount in future, that is bills receivable. So today we have learned about 24 terms in accounting. These terms are quite important. Also, I want you all to watch this video very carefully, and if you have any doubt regarding anything in this video, you can contact me directly on WhatsApp, but please text or call personally. Please don't text in the group. Whatever doubts or queries you have, you can text me personally on WhatsApp. Here I am showing you all those terms that we have learned today. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.